We arrived at the Shady Grove Park and Ride at approximately 9 a.m. The 6,000-car facility was nearly full, and we were lucky to get a space.
Right from here,
I live about a mile away,
right.
2 miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Because I'm furious.
You're furious.
I'm furious.
Yeah.
I don't think this man is qualified. I don't think he deserves to be called a president. I don't know why he's elected, and I hope he doesn't stay long.
Stop tweeting and take the line from your inaugural speech yesterday that we will not be ignored because we will not be ignored.
Great.
Didn't see all the people still in
How about you, Dave? Get too nervous.
Thanks about being on the
Oh, we got different lobbies. Everybody happy?
One train station up from the beginning of the Women's March.
Even the cops.
We're here just to protest the president administration in general. Just because he's everything that there's no one issue that I agree with him on. So, I'm an educator, so Betsy DeVos is a terrifying example of what could happen in our country's education system. I'm pro-choice, so the idea that we're going to be rolling back abortion rights and abortion access just leads to women dying.
And also just general health care is
20 million people could lose their health insurance. They say they're going to,
which also will mean 3 million jobs lost.
Yeah.
So
they say they're going to replace it, but they haven't. They've had 6 years to come up with something to replace it with, and they've done nothing.
Yeah.
Because they don't want people to be insured. They don't give a shit. And I'm talking about Republicans.
Just to be clear.
Just to be clear who we're talking
not
about.
just Trump. Every cabinet choice has been very scary, very rushed, and
The Supreme Court.
I'm terrified. Yes.
We have a lot to fight for. But
Yeah.
we're here to start the fight, and it's not about today, it's about tomorrow and every day after that, because if we just do this and then nothing after, we're not going to get what we need, we're not going to get what America needs. So it's trying to find an organization, it's trying to do maybe even something just in your community, helping out a local shelter, because grassroots is important.
Yeah.
So when Trump got elected, I just had to come. I just had to do something. My sign says I can't make nice anymore. It was like the last straw. I just can't. Toward women, his treatment of women, his treatment of people with disability. In his speech yesterday, he said we all have equal freedoms. We don't have equal freedoms. I don't have equal freedoms. The LGBTQ doesn't have equal freedoms. People of color don't have equal freedoms. It can't be. I just can't swallow this. I just can't do it. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
It's supposed to go this way, but nobody can move.
Teacher, how do you feel about Trump's pick
Oh, infuriated. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started about that. How can you have appointed for a cabinet position when you have no idea what IDEA is and be flustered and not have the information at your fingertips? How? Oh, I know how, because you donated over $200 million to the Republican Party and you bought your cabinet seat. So I was like my husband is during a football game, yelling and screaming at the TV during this hearing. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Well, you hit a nerve there.
Yeah.
What they're proposing is that these public funds be allocated for vouchers for families to choose if they want to send their child to a faith-based school or some other private school. And that's taking money away from public school children.
There's one issue like healthcare, education, women's rights that you guys would say is your biggest issue. What would that be? I know they're all of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
That's really kind of, we're in the business of all of life.
We,
I'm walking with the people through everything.
Yeah.
So.
But healthcare for sure.
healthcare for you is the biggest issue with this. Yeah.
Right now.
Right now. Okay.
And stewardship of the planet, I think, is a big one.
For sure.
I think that's possibly the one in 100 years that we will get the most blame for.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Although immigrant rights is a real issue for me because of the community I live in, which is a lot of immigrants. So, yeah.
Recognizing our Muslim neighbors as true neighbors in parts of our community.
Absolutely. Yeah. If there was one thing that you guys could say to Trump, what would it be?
This is YouTube. You can say whatever you want.
You're not really a Presbyterian. Never will.
And I would hope he would find his center.
His center?
Yeah, and start to think about leading this country in a unified way.
So we're at the Women's March on Washington. It was supposed to start about 45 minutes ago, and we've been out in this area here, which you'll see with the camera in a second. What we're hearing from people passing by is that the entire parade route is full, and that's why nobody is moving forward. So we've been in place for about 45 minutes not moving forward because the capacity is so intense that it's completely filled up the entire route.
Yeah, if you could say one thing to Donald Trump, what would it be?
Show respect for everyone, all throughout the world, here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And if there was one issue that you could say was an issue that you care about the most, like healthcare, education, immigration, what would be your biggest issue?
Well, I believe in all of it, but I really firmly am scared to death that he's wanting to do away with Obamacare.
Obamacare's a big
I
issue.
really want health care for everyone.
You believe healthcare is a human right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. One issue that you had, like healthcare, education, immigration, what would be your issue?
That's a tough one.
Mine is the environment.
The environment, okay. You think that's a big deal?
I think it's a huge deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Healthcare and education for sure. Yeah.
Healthcare and the environment right now.
If there was one thing,
And overall, women's rights.
Women's
because women's rights are human rights.
Nikki, I'm from Washington, D.C.
Right here in Washington?
Yes, here in D.C.
Why do you...
I'm here fighting for civil rights, women's rights, gays' rights, all rights.
What about President Trump's views on women's right to choose?
I do not agree with his views. I do believe that all women have the right to choose. I'm a strong supporter of Planned Parenthood, and I don't like it. I don't like what he's doing.
500,000 of us, women and men and children, came here today to speak for peace, for inclusivity, for Muslims, for atheists, for anything, everybody in America. And there is a little float coming with 10 people on board. They're all whites. There's one woman, she's blonde, and they knew what what they were doing. They came here as just really to taunt us. And I think what they want somebody to kick the shit out of them so they can put it on the news and say how mean we are. But we're not mean, and we actually put a lot of love notes on their car. But it's really upsetting because something is going to happen, I feel.
I didn't realize so these are people, they decided to bring a float.
They just came in with the float at the end of the march.
In the middle of this.
In the middle of 500,000. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, that's right.
And they have there's the name of a politician in the back of the truck, Weiser. I'm going to find out who it is. But this poor guy's going to have his face on the news.
He sure is.
Yes.
About once a decade. Something really has to provoke me to get me out.
Okay, about once a decade something like this happens.
Well, something like this I've never seen.
Interesting.
I've never seen. I was at the big gay rights march on Washington, the pro-AIDS funding in the early 90s. And it was big, but I've never seen anything like this.
So you mean this protest?
This protest is huge. This is ridiculous. It's wonderful. I think it's important. You know, I think sometimes it's really important to show up and put your body on the line to show the numbers of people, because especially in the age of disinformation, when people are saying things that are documented didn't happen, that it's not true, I think it's absolutely critical that we show up, show the world that he doesn't represent the United States. We represent the United States. Choices, I mean, you're not as liberal and as feminist as me and not vote for some people who lose elections. You know, my first vote was for Mondale. Dukakis. You know, I voted for some guys who've lost. But, you know, I would have been disgusted by President Rubio or President Cruz, but I wouldn't have felt like my country was imperiled.
Right.
And I really do. I think that it's horrifying, the things that would be treasonous and actionable against anyone else. He's getting, you know, with impunity.
Right.
I'm already feeling guilty that I didn't drive to Pennsylvania and drive like old Hispanic ladies to the polls.
Right.
But, you know, don't worry, in 2018 I'm there. Any contested district, I'll travel there and I'll work for the liberal candidates, because, you know, we gotta do something.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.